Mailoni Brothers were a gang of serial killers and suspected separatists made up of three brothers, Micah, Stephanie, and Fabian. Although known to have only killed 12 people between April of 2007 to June of 2013, record has it that they may have displaced over 200 residents in the Luano Valley of Mkuchi Central Province, Zambia. It is unclear how they chose their target, but according to expert researchers, they believe the motive behind the terror of the notorious brothers was to rule over Luano Valley and be feared by many. So it is possible that most of their victims might have been people who stood to oppose them or people they saw as threats to their reign in Luano Valley. It was said that they controlled and bullied residents of Luano Valley during their reign. Their major weapons were bow and arrow, which made a lot of Zambians believe that the brothers must have used charms to keep escaping the police. I mean, the police had guns, these people had bow and arrow. They were basically the primitive form of serial killers. So how did they keep escaping the police for a whole 7 years? How? The brothers had been on the police wanted list for over 7 years, and within those 7 years, they continued terrorizing Luano and killing anyone who got in their way, and somehow they kept managing to escape the police. However, this is how they were killed. According to a source, it was said on June of 2013, three men asked a security personnel, Corporal Chapela, to escort them to a river to get raw materials, since they were all afraid to go alone, and so Chapela and the guys walked through a bush path, and just when they got to the shores of the swamp, they saw fresh footprints. Realizing someone else was around, they took into hiding, when upon they spotted a camp with smoke coming out of it. In their hiding, they saw two people come out of the camp. It was at this point that the three villagers told Chapela that those were the Mailoni brothers that the police had been looking for 7 years. Chapela needed to be sure, and so he asked them again, and they confirmed. Chapela moved closer to the camp and opened fire, killing two of the brothers instantly, and later he shot the last one, Micah, who, before he died, said to the villagers that they had sold them out. Their bodies were taken to the police station where their mother, Miss Janet Ngimu, was called to identify her children. Ironically, Miss Janet was happy to identify the bodies of her children to the public and to the police. She herself was also scared of them and at the point had to run for her life. But hearing that they had been killed, she along with her eldest son both came out of hiding finally to identify them for the police. Janet apologized to those who had been affected by the terror of her children and asked not to be judged by their actions. According to her, she was like, how was I supposed to know that the people I carried in my wombs were going to be serial killers? This woman was terrorized by them also. She was scared, she was bullied. I mean, imagine living in a house where your children are serial killers. The eldest brother of this trio had to run away, and when their mother Janet got the chance to escape the community, she took it and ran away. In 2013, Corporal Chapela was awarded for killing the Mailoni brothers, and the three villagers who helped identify them were given cash prizes. Miss Janet was also gifted a house.